Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode. This is episode 9. Now what you're seeing here is me coming back from the live stream where I got the villagers over to my base, and I'm telling you now, this was not fun whatsoever. I did not enjoy it and I wish to never do that again. But while I'm enchanting these tools, I have looked at the stats and it does appear that 58% of you who watch these videos don't subscribe. So how about you hit that subscribe button, show me some love, and we can continue. Once I was done getting the XP that I needed to enchant 2 new swords, I needed to make sure that it had enough strength that if a zombie was to approach out of the blue, I do have the willpower and actual power to destroy it. But a sharpness 3 sword, that's already good enough, and I did add this knockback sword. I combined it together to make sure that once they come near, they sort of get knocked away. It's not something that you want a close quarter combat with. And after I looked at the specs and I was fairly happy with it, I wanted to see, sort of remind myself what these villagers actually take. I wanted to breed these, but this being 1.12, you require a lot of doors, a lot of space and a lot of time. What I will do later on down the line, but I realised one of them took string and I really just wanted to trade to see what I can actually buy on the computer that I have fought to get the villagers here so I can somewhat do stuff with. I mean, that's all you can do is just get it, but it turns out 1 emerald just does not get you anything on this, so I ended up switching it up a bit, seeing the fireworks and thinking that might be a good distraction technique. So I spent way too much iron getting a stack of fireworks, and then I went outside and started messing around with them. I'm kind of hoping that I can use them down the line to attract more zombies sort of towards the base if I do need to make XP, but I do have a plan to control the zombies that I want to make for the next video. I did find this alarm system, and as well as it's as good as it is, there has to be a way that I can figure how to use this to my advantage. I originally wanted to put this inside my base, so if there was any zombie breaches, I would know about it beforehand, as opposed to going outside and just finding them all scattered around my base. I made a few of them, and to give it a good old test, I put it out front where I know there's zombies and where the turrets are, to have a look at the range and just to hear it really and see how loud it is. Had to power it with a redstone signal. And as it was out front, I didn't think it would affect me as much being out the front, and I'm sort of hoping when I got indoors it would stop going. So I placed one above my door thinking this would be perfect so I know that they're here. Instantly changed my mind because it just kept going off because it actually detected me, and I can't be having that going around. Check the cameras to see if I can hear the alarm over the camera, and you can. It doesn't bother me too much as long as I'm not close to the door, but I did find that the alarm actually pulls the zombies closer towards you, and then the turrets sort of just take over there, keep hitting them back. In the morning I went out and started doing a clean up of all the zombies, plus I wanted to try out the new sword that we made earlier on, and it's very, very impressive. So with that sharpness 3 it works. It was at this point I realised I needed to get some food and go mine for some more iron so I can make more turrets. I also got some cobblestone while I was down there as well, because we will be needing it in the next episode. There's going to be a big structure that I'm going to need to build to try and somewhat control what is going to be happening once they start breaking the blocks. But anyway, come back from that, got some coal out the chest and decided to start smelting the iron. And once that's smelting, I decided to come downstairs and cut some trees because you can never have too much wood. Went back up there to get some iron, but I wanted to get a head start on the sentry guns. Needed some string, and it was at this point I realised I might as well take all this downstairs and start growing it where the carrots used to be on one half, because it will get to a point where I'm going to need so much string, I'm going to need a large quantity of it. I ended up getting rid of where I had my carrots and started sorting out this area. Now, I don't know why I decided to sort out all the chests. I think it was the fact that I spent too long sort of rummaging through each chest just to find certain items. So I decided to just bite the bullet and sort them all out, put them all up one end of the base, and then I sort of know what I've got to work with. I do a couple of changes, but primarily it's just sorting all of this stuff out because it needed to be done. It was scattered everywhere. And if I wanted to actually get some sort of progress in this world, I'm going to need to know where each item is, as opposed to spending 5 minutes searching for each item throughout every single chest just to make sort of one arrow. I don't want to be doing that, so I actually took the time, and it took me ages to sort this out, but I did move a lot of stuff over as well. It's not just sorting chests out. Once I'd done that, I decided that I'm going to start moving everything over that I need. So everything's in one area, so it's all nice and tidy, nice and neat. Moved the furnaces over there, and even had a chance to fix that hole that I'd had in the floor since I believe it was the second episode, which was nice because I actually ran over it and knew exactly where the wood was. See, look at that, ran straight over there, ran over to the hole, fixed it, and ran back, placed the wood exactly where it needed to be. Now, these furnaces will be covering one of the windows, and I know a lot of you are going to say it's pointless or you shouldn't be doing that, but to have the furnaces there, it actually looks half decent, and I didn't really want to be wasting time changing the window out. I moved the table over to the side and even chose to move this PC. I wanted to put this beside the bed like a proper gamer, and ended up moving the flat screen TV into the living room, which I'm going to call the living room because it's a nice open area. And then finally got rid of these birthday candles. I did put some lights in the floor just to prevent any zombies from spawning upstairs into my base. I wanted to switch up the cobblestone steps going out of my base, and found these modern ones, which they do look a lot cleaner. They don't exactly match the base, so I will have to change that later on down the line. I ended up spending the night extending my storage. I then found my balls and went outside and thought I will take on a load of zombies. It weren't until I got this first hit that it was from a skeleton, and I ended up turning around, running away after seeing the arrows. But once I put my hands in my pockets and found my other balls, I decided to spend the night destroying the zombies, getting the XP. I mean, look at that. Look at all those arrows in the ice. That's a ridiculous amount. But I did end up killing a load. I was covered in arrows at the end of it, but that's what needed to be done. So after doing that, I then ran back into my base and found something shocking. Zombies had spawned inside my base, and I don't know why. I don't know how, but this put me on full paranoia mode. Even the turrets were all facing that way, so it's not like it was just a one zombie. It looked like there was multiple by the drops, so I instantly got scared and thought, if they're going to start spawning in the base, I've done something wrong. They couldn't have got in the base through the holes because they're only one block high. I then got paranoid about my base up here because I did change the lighting, so I then made a load of these sentry guns and went ham, placing them around in different areas. This is again why I need to be getting more iron and just sort of reinforcing the base. If this is happening already, then we got no hope for the 100-day mark. So I pretty much spent that whole night placing down these sentry guns. I wanted to make sure that nearly everything was covered, but like I said before, I'm going to need to go mining. I'm going to need to get a lot more iron because I was placing these down like a protective father. I didn't want anything coming in to this base, especially if I was just doing nothing myself, just chilling there or AFK. I then spent the rest of the night, or a large portion of the night, checking the cameras to see how they're getting in, whether I've messed up or left a hole somewhere. But after that, I didn't really see how they could have done it. It could have just been unlucky. So I then decided to merge two pickaxes together, enchanted them first and then merged them, because I'm gonna need to go mining to get a lot more cobble for the project that is coming up in the next episode, which I'm gonna need a lot of stone for and a lot of coal, which I'll probably end up live streaming it anyway. So merged these pickaxes together, pretty much got myself ready for what's gonna be happening in the next episode. Now, I keep saying next episode because I do have big things planned for it. So it's not going to be 11 minutes long. I'm hoping it's going to be a 30-minute plus episode. Also, there will be a change. I might be putting a face cam while I'm doing the voiceover for the editing process, so you can actually see my genuine reaction as I'm doing the voiceover, because once I'm recording I do generally forget what happens and what I've actually recorded. But that is something I might be doing the next one, but it will be 30 minutes plus. I'm praying it'll be 30 minutes plus, and I'm hoping I can get a face cam in the corner so you can see my actual reaction. I want to say a big thank you for watching, and if you can, just like, subscribe, and comment down below what I can do in these videos. I want to try and interact with as many of you as possible, so it's not just me doing it, you watching it. I actually want to connect with you while I'm doing these videos. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you soon as always.